Hi there, welcome to Go Chinese. I'm Song 老师. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, 拼音. 拼音, as the name suggests, is the process of spelling out syllables. With 拼音, we can add pronunciation guides to Chinese characters, helping us learn and recognize them faster. Today, I will give you a complete introduction to 拼音 and share some basic knowledge about it. We will look at it from 4 aspects: initials, finals, whole syllable pronunciation, and tones. Before we start, let me first share a common misunderstanding. The way we pronounce initials and finals is not their original sound. Initials are usually unvoiced consonants, and their sounds are relatively light, like p, p, m, f. You might feel these sounds are not clear enough. That is because their original sound is light and quick. To make them louder, we usually add the final o after the initial, turning them into b, p, m, f. This is called a assisted reading pronunciation. So the pinyin we often read is not the original sound of the finals. Now let's get started. The first part is initials. There are 23 initials in Chinese pinyin: b, p, m, f, d, t, n, l, g, k, h, ji, qi, xi, zhi, chi, shi, ri, zi, ci, si, yi, wu. When learning initials, we usually group them into categories. I will explain the specific grouping method in the next video. The second part is finals. There are 24 finals in Chinese pinyin, divided into 3 categories. First, simple finals. Simple finals are made up of just one letter, and there are 6 in total: a, o, i, u, yu. Let's take a moment to focus on how to pronounce the second final, o. When we pronounce o, the shape of your mouth should stay the same. If your mouth shape changes, like wo, the sound is not correct. Second, compound finals. Compound finals are made up of 2 or more letters, and there are 9 of them in total: I, a, wei, ao, o, you, ye, yue, er. Let's take a moment to highlight er. Er is sometimes treated as a special final because it can be an independent syllable. For example, in 耳朵, which means ear, er is used directly as a stand-alone syllable with a tone. Third, nasal finals. They are divided into front nasal finals and back nasal finals. There are 5 front nasal finals: an, yin, wen, yun. And there are 4 back nasal final: yang, ong. As you can hear, front nasal sounds are lighter while the back nasal sounds are heavier. The main difference between front nasal sound and back nasal sound is where you make the sound and how it sounds. Front nasal sounds are made more toward the front of your mouth and have a lighter, sharper sound, while back nasal sounds come from further back in your mouth and have a heavier and deeper tone. The third part is whole syllable pronunciation. There are 16 whole syllable pronunciations: zhi, ch, sh, r, z, c, s, i, u, ü, ye, yue, yuan, yin, yun, yin. Actually, when you are learning the whole syllable pronunciations, there's no easy trick to remember them. You just have to memorize them by heart. The key things to know about these syllables is that they cannot be split and are read as one complete syllable. A regular syllable, like hua, is made up of 3 letters, he, wu, a. And when we pronounce it, we read each letter one by one. He, wu, a, hua. But for a whole syllable, like zhi, even though it also has 3 letters, but we cannot break it up into zhi and yi, zhi. This is not correct. Learning this part can be very challenging and often requires memorization. But don't worry, I will share more tips in the next video to help you remember them. Regular syllable can be divided into 2-part syllable and 3-part syllable. First, let me introduce 2-part syllable. 2-part syllable is made up of an initial and a final, like ma, mo, a, ma. Mo at the beginning is a initial, and a at the end is a final. With tone, it becomes a syllable, 2-part syllable, mo, a, ma. So what is 3-part syllable? 3-part syllable is made up of an initial, a middle, and a final. For example, 庄, zhi, wu, ang, 庄. The zhi at the beginning is an initial, the u in the middle is a middle, and the ang at the end is a final. The middle connects the initial and the final. So in pinyin, we only have 3-part syllable at most. We don't have 4-part syllable or 5-part syllable. In the next part, let me introduce the tones. Pinyin has 4 tones. First tone, 一声. Second tone, 二声. Third tone, 三声. And fourth tone, 四声. There's also a neutral tone, often called a light tone, 轻声. When it comes to learning tones, a lot of people find it tricky. Not because it is hard to pronounce the word correctly, but because the tone can change when you are actually speaking. For example, the tone of 一 changes depending on the sentence. In 一个苹果, 一 is pronounced in the second tone, but in 一只小猫, 一 is pronounced in the first tone. These changes may seem hard, but they follow rules. I will explain these tone changes in detail in future videos. I hope today's lesson gives you a clear understanding of pinyin. Once you know the rules, learning pinyin will be much easier and more effective. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and we can discuss them together. In the next video, I will share some useful tips for learning pinyin. If you are interested, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. That's all for today. See you next time. 再见。